Today, I'm going to explain a strategy that we as teachers can use for our English language learner students. This strategy is called sorting activities. This strategy involves and requires students to sort different objects, pictures, words, phrases, and sentences. This strategy can be used within all curriculum from language arts, reading, math, writing, science, and social studies. It can also be used from grades kindergarten to 12th grade. The first step of this strategy is identifying the skills that are needed to practice. This includes identifying the skills that need to be practiced sorting, as well as the teacher preparing the materials for the activity. Some materials can include different realia, pictures, objects, sentences written on sentence strips, phrases, and words. The second and final steps of the strategy include explaining the activity. As we are explaining the strategy, we also need to model and give the students guided practice, as we do in the rest of our teaching strategies. After we have given guided practice, we can then divide the students up individually or in small groups and pairs. In order for the children to practice the concept, they will need to be by themselves individually. If we want them to practice their English skills, they will need to be in pairs or small groups. This strategy gives the children hands-on experience. It allows them to manipulate different pictures, letters, words, and longer text written on sentence strips. It also allows for them to have practice in making decisions, differentiating among concepts, studying, and organizing the materials. There are also 5 different phases that teachers need to keep in their thoughts when dividing up the students. If a student is in a pre-production phase, they need to use real objects or photographs. They should also be paired with a fluent speaker and focus on the English names of the objects at first rather than sorting them by attribute. If a student is in an early production phase, they should be paired with a fluent speaker. They should review the name of the photograph with the teacher, as well as focusing on one attribute or category when sorting the objects. If a student is in the speech emergence category, they should also be paired with a fluent speaker. They should review the names of the objects with the teacher. The teacher should have the students pronounce the objects several times in order to get the correct pronunciation, as well as sorting by one attribute or category. However, after they have sorted by one attribute or category, they can then have the objects resorted by a different attribute or category. If the students are in the intermediate fluency phase, the English language learner can be on their own. This is the first phase where the English language learner can be put without a fluent English speaker. They can also, the sorts can be extended to more than one attribute or category. If a student is in the fluent phase, they still may need some support in pronunciating the words or giving correct definitions of the words. The teacher should also provide an answer key in order for the students to self-correct. After having explained the strategy sorting activities, I will now tell you how they can be incorporated into lessons. As I said before, this strategy can be used across all curriculum. In first grade, we teach our students the difference between exclamatory, declarative, and question in writing. This sorting activity strategy would allow us to write sentences on sentence strips and have the students decide which sentence belongs in which category. This strategy is a favorite of mine when I am teaching phonics. Previously, I have hidden objects as well as index cards with phonics words on them. Around the room, the students would then have to find the word and decide which category the word would belong in. I've used this strategy in order to help teach my students the difference between beginning, middle, end sounds, as well as blends and digraphs. It is a favorite among my students. Another way to use this strategy, sorting activities, is in reading. In reading, we teach main topic and details. If you write out the main topic as well as the 3 details on sentence strips, then the students will have to decide whether it is a main topic or a key detail. By using their investigative strategies, they will then put the index card or sentence strip in the correct category. I've hidden different pictures of key text features around the room. The students need to find the key text feature and then decide which category it correctly belongs in. I had a demonstration of this strategy. I hope I was able to give you a brief and precise explanation of the strategy, as well as provide several different ideas for incorporating the strategy into your classroom. It truly is one of my favorite strategies in teaching not only English language learners, but my other students as well.